Why the last video end like that? Whatever. Like I was saying, the 22nd World Tournament is one of the best arcs in all of Dragon Ball. It's a demon. It has incredible action scenes. It has some kills literally the greatest character development within the world, the entire series. And at this point, it is the best arc in the entire series. The King Piccolo arc is one of the best Dragon Ball arcs ever. Now I know y'all hear me say that and you're like, Goku doesn't even go Super Saiyan. How could this be the best? It is. And I know just because I said it, some of y'all not gonna listen. I know how much y'all love y'all multi-hair colored Saiyans. I'm not even gonna try to convince y'all. But what I'm gonna tell y'all is that this arc is way better than y'all remember. This was one of my personal favorite arcs as a kid and it was straight fire. This arc was the literal blueprint of everything y'all love in Dragon Ball Z and y'all gonna see in this video right here. Starting off, this arc starts blazing. Goku being tight is one of my personal favorite things I love seeing, because whenever he's mad, he will go out his way to violate, because I know y'all saw the way he did Android 13. And look at this face. The movie held this for like 30 seconds. We get it. That nigga's furious. Seeing Goku this mad is a rarity, especially nowadays, because I know a lot of y'all grew up on Dragon Ball Super. Y'all got 2 scenes of Goku being tight and y'all are straight geeked. How do we tell them? Because back in my day. But Goku running out of the tournament and Master Roshi yelling, "It's an order, stay here," and Goku still pulls up blazing is crazy. I love this panel too. One of my personal favorites in the entire manga, and y'all gonna see a lot of my personal favorite pages and panels are from this arc. And Goku goes to run the ones and look at who he pulls up on. Nah, that man Tambourine is him. I swear y'all forgot how cold this man is. He one of the best lackeys that any of these villains had, because first off, kicking Krillin's face so hard that his neck snapped is insanely brutal. I want you to imagine that. And the way he just maneuvers in this arc is so cold too. In the Japanese version of the anime, he shares the same voice actor as Frieza, and it's like no wonder this man was so icy. But he is just raw, because he packs Goku with little to no effort, destroys my nigga Nimbus too for the second time. Like, bro, Goku, you gotta tee up for your main dog. The Nimbus is always there for you. You let him get packed twice? I got my eye on you, Goku, because I'm about to put you on fraud watch. But Tambourine is just cold as hell. I love the way he just sweeps through all the martial artists. We only see him fight one in the manga, but this panel is one of my personal favorites. And in the anime, they go in depth with this nigga's kill streak. He was moving like Namek Vegeta. He pulls up on Nam looking like the Dark Knight himself. And not only kills Nam, but squad wipes his entire clan. He electrocutes Bacterian in the middle of an alleyway. And this is the most brutal one, because he left Man Wolf's corpse sitting in a river with his business card on his body. No other lackey is moving like this. Not even the Ginyus was like this, bro. If there's anything in original Dragon Ball that needs to be talked about more, it is this nigga Tambourine. You cannot name me not a single minion, not a single lackey in the entire series, including both movies and GT and Super, that have put in half the work that this nigga did. The pure definition of Himothy Shamalet. And you wanna know why he was killing all these martial artists? Because of this goat right here. Now, King Piccolo personally is my favorite villain in the entire series. Toriyama went crazy because not only is he goated, his Empire Strikes Back sequel went just as crazy. Now, I know a lot of y'all gonna be like, there's no way he's better than Goku Black. I'm sorry, man. Game is game. This nigga was just too cold. He was greasing everyone in the series. And not only that, he has actual character. First off, I like before his plans to even take over the world, his main plan is to kill every single martial artist just so he won't take another L again. Most Dragon Ball villains nowadays be moving with 2 brain cells. Even the goated ones have some absolute fraud in them. And I'm looking right at you, Cell. You know exactly what you did. They could take take every single L in the book and they will not learn not a single thing. But not just King Piccolo, Piccolo Jr. as well. They be learning every time they take a L. The two absolute goats. Why do you think everyone be saying Piccolo's a real nigga? King Piccolo be feeling genuine pain every single time one of his sons was killed. And I like how it breaks the common trope that once a main villain's lackey gets killed, they just don't care. I like that he actually shows genuine concern. And every single time he even sees the slightest hint of the Mafuba, he starts pissing his pants. And it's the funniest thing ever. This nigga's the Demon King and he's getting scared by a rice cooker. All Goku does is pump fake a Kamehameha. And he was out there about to get cardiac arrest. That's tough! This man just moves like a king. And I also love the fact that it is the Pilaf gang that got him freed from the Mafuba, because the Pilaf gang is one of the most underrated group of characters in the entire series. They are so hilarious. And also, oh my days, I know y'all be fiending over the Dragon Ball Super mind, but y'all some kids. All my real niggas in the chat know that this is where it's at. Her makeup always on point for who, nigga? Pilaf and Shu? Nah, she lucky I'm not in Dragon Ball. She needs to come mess with a real nigga for real. You racist ass niggas. But King Piccolo's the GOAT, and I'm gonna get to the rest of the GOAT stuff that he be pulling. But right now, the best character of all time is about to get introduced. The sleeper GOAT! I love Yajirobe in this arc, man. He helps out so much within this arc. It's actually crazy. Goku's right-hand man for real. He has a great fight with Goku, number one. His fight against Symbol was fantastic too. Respect Symbol though. He was going crazy. He forgot Yajirobe is the second coming of Sekiro. Had that nigga diced like tomatoes. Little Dragon Ball nerd thing. But the main reason why Yajirobe exists is because Toriyama wanted Krillin's voice actor to get another role even while he was dead. That's why in the manga when Goku's talking to Yajirobe, he says you sound just like Krillin, just so she could get the role again. And why do you think Dragon Ball's so fire? Toriyama's a real nigga. And one thing I'm gonna also say about this arc, I love the designs as well. I don't know what it was about this arc, but Toriyama puts a lot more detail in the backgrounds and it makes me get a lot more immersed to this arc compared to a lot of the other ones in the manga. For some reason, he snapped with the character designs too. Master Roshi and Jackie Chun's outfit is clean. You have no idea. And even more great locations like the King's Castle, like man. And it gets me kind of sad because this is really the last arc with creative locations like this. What do we get after this? The World Tournament, basic planes, basic planes, basic planes, a white background. And even though this arc is my GOAT, I'm gonna talk about one thing that I don't really like. I think Goku washed Tambourine way too easily in this second matchup right here. They was making my man Tambourine look so cold. They had the entire tournament roster posted up on the wall and he was knocking them out one by one like a hit list. Just for Goku to get some grub and then he washes him? And it's not even like Tambourine got a shot on him. Goku just got his balls and put it on this nigga's head, because you should not be getting washed this easy, dog. And the same thing happens to Tao Pai Pai and I hate it there too. That gotta be my only complaint with the original Dragon Ball. I feel like Goku does not struggle enough within a lot of these fights, which is why it gets me so mad when the basic anime fans come up here and say, oh, Dragon Ball Z is just Goku fighting the main villain and he always wins. Original Dragon Ball is so much better. When Goku struggles a lot more in Z. In the side character complaint that everybody be saying, all the side characters are way more competitive in Z than in original Dragon Ball. Kid Goku surpassed Master Roshi by the Red Ribbon arc. And in damn near all of these final climactic battles in original Dragon Ball, it is just Goku. At least in Z, all the other Z fighters tapped in some way, shape, or form. But okay, man, whatever y'all say. But this is where we really get back to King Piccolo. And now I could really start talking about him, because first, I really like his fight against Goku. Toriyama shows his absolutely masterful paneling with this feint right here. If you're reading this seamlessly, you probably wouldn't even have noticed that's what Goku's trying to go for. I love the creativity within this fight too, but I don't know what Toriyama's cooking with this panel right here. And y'all always gas up Broly for this moment, but nah, my GOAT did it first. But this fight is sick. I love the last panel panel of King Piccolo when he absolutely washes Goku. King Piccolo's scuffle with Master Roshi is great too. They don't really fight like that, but I feel like it's a great send-off to Master Roshi's character. His last speech is very similar to future Gohan. Like, my man Gohan really ripped off the GOAT, but hey man, I'm speaking the truth, it's on the page. And then we get to my favorite part. Let me get my screen record on. Hold on. Before we get to this part, let me at least be fair. Look at the only useful thing Chaozu does throughout this arc. Guys, he found a Dragon Ball. Oh my god. Yo, guys, clap it up, man. You know what, Chaozu? You deserve a spot on the Z Fighters just for that. Oh, you said you want to try something else? All right, Chaozu, let's see what you got. Nah, I'm crying, bro. This nigga stinks. And I know people are gonna be like, Zeph, why do you hate Chaozu so much? Y'all have been joking on Krillin and Yamcha, who have done more in the plot than Chaozu has ever done, but I don't see not a single meme on Chaozu at all, and he been living off the Z Fighter name, paying no rent. But Krillin and Yamcha, who actually do work, are getting joked on 24/7. Hell no, I'm pushing the agenda till I die. I don't know if y'all play Dokkan, but they dropped a Z Fighter LR and they removed Chaozu from the animation. I was the happiest nigga in the world because he shouldn't be there. And speaking of Dokkan, young King Piccolo and Drum should be at LR. I'm just saying. And speaking of young King Piccolo, I almost missed my favorite moment. When King Piccolo becomes young, this still looks beautifully animated to this day. I love this scene for real. The music choice, the actors, they all went crazy. And he finishes the scene off with my personal favorite villain scene that anyone in the entire series has done, which is kill Shenron with no remorse. Not a single other villain moment in the entire series shocked me as much as this one when I first read Dragon Ball. And it's so goated, nobody has done it again. This is a King Piccolo exclusive achievement. And once again, everyone talk about Cell taking over the world and talking about the Cell games. King Piccolo did it first. Shout out Piccolo Day. But we could cut it back to Goku, Yajirobe still being the most W mans. And then we get the cameo of the two greatest characters to ever touch original Dragon Ball. Oh man, my goats. I love these two so much, man. You have no idea. Every time I see their cameos, my heart just jumps 3 beats. And guess what? Both of them are more useful than Chaozu. Appa helped out Goku in the Red Ribbon arc, and Bora helps out right here. By saving Yajirobe and Goku half the time it would have took him to climb Korin's tower by throwing them. Look at that. Remind me what Chaozu did again? Okay, and then we get to this part right here, and I know a lot of people don't like the super magic Mary Sue water that Goku takes in order to become strong enough to fight King Piccolo, but I don't know, I always kind of like this. It reminds me a lot of when Yusuke takes in Genkai Spirit Orb and the mental struggle it took him. Yu Yu Hakusho definitely does it better by a clear mile, but this is definitely something I don't mind, but if you don't like it, I understand why. And then we get into the main climax of this arc, Tien pulling up with no fear in his heart. That man is him. And in the manga, the excuse that they make for Tien not being able to use the Mofuba is kind of stupid. He brings the same rice cooker that he's been training with, and then when he goes to pull up, he realizes that it's cracked. In the anime, he actually does use it on King Piccolo, however, Drum jumps into the way. I much prefer how the anime did it. But in both versions, Tien versus Drum is actually really dope. Drum low-key dragged him, but don't sleep on Tien. He was still getting his little hits in. But when Drum washed Tien, King Piccolo straight up tells him, gouge his eyes out and rip out his heart. We get the best Goku entrance in the entire series, and I do not care. You could fight me to death on this. The music choice is A1, and y'all thought it was over? These niggas thought it was over because Goku turns around and kicks Drum's entire eye socket out. I'm telling you, this had me straight jaw dropped. As you can tell, when I was younger, this was one of my favorite arcs to read through as a kid, which is the main reason why I like it so much right now. But even still, they snapped. And then we get to Goku versus King Piccolo. And this is Toriyama's favorite fight within the entire series, and I can see why. This fight was crazy. I love how this fight uses the environment to go back and forth. And this is the first fight in the entire series where Goku actually uses everything in his arsenal. It is also the first showing of the top-heavy format that I talked about in the Vegeta Ruins Dragon Ball video. In this top-heavy format is why I had that little side character rant earlier in the video, because a lot of original Dragon Ball does not have that type of format. So a lot of original Dragon Ball's final battles is just Goku. Now, I don't think that's a problem in original Dragon Ball, because if you read original Dragon Ball, it is 100% supposed to be a Goku show. You don't have to sit and lie to yourself that it's not. In original Dragon Ball, it is 100% all Goku. It's once you start transitioning towards the Z portion where Goku really gets taken out of the story a lot, and that Goku show mentality really gets lost. Goku really just needed the little boost to win. The power pole in one segment, the Nimbus to help him out in another. Even Tien clutches out for him. If you remove all these elements, Goku would not have won. And this is how I personally love seeing these fights. Using other elements even though they are not strong enough to box with the main villain. Super, please take notes. You do not have to make excuses to make the other characters stronger. And I'm looking right at Android 17. There is no way you was boxing with stray animals and all of a sudden you sitting down with Lord Beerus. What are y'all niggas on? And not only that, this is my favorite climax to any final fight in this series as well. Like 5 of my favorite pages in the entire series is in this final climax. Goku crying after he kills King Piccolo is really high up there. Goku launching himself at King Piccolo, the great ape in the back, and my favorite page in the entire series being him going right through King Piccolo's chest. Man, this fight is so good. As much as I would love to commentate over it or something, just experience it for yourself. Watch it, read it, I don't care what it is. I feel like this fight has aged well in both formats. But the arc is not over, because I love the aftermath of this arc as well. Goku going up to meet Mr. Popo and God is one of my favorite portions of the series. His fight with Mr. Popo being extremely enjoyable and very underrated, as it shows Goku being very cocky, and that is not something you see Goku too often be. And it makes sense, he just got done finishing the strongest being in the world at that point. Love the scene where Goku meets Kami in Japanese as well. Everybody getting revived. Launch slapping Krillin's head is the funniest thing. I be cracking up every time I see it. And this arc is just extremely solid. Again, I don't expect y'all to like this arc as much as me, but if this video makes you look at this arc in a different light, I will definitely appreciate that. I will definitely hit the 23rd World Tournament at some point, because I love that arc too, but I know what y'all want. We gonna have to run through the Buu Saga. That is probably gonna be my longest video by far, and I'm not gonna lie, I might need to call some help. I'm gonna call the Avengers for this one.
It's like you got come in peace. Today I want war. Try to feel my pain every time I had to strike myself in the store. No, I be on lean. Since you left, it's been codeine galore.